Hello there, I'm Rachel Maria Bell and I wanted to give you a little overview about what's happening at this time. So it's the 2nd of March 2022 and we have a new moon in Pisces. So what's the new moon about? Well, the new moon occurs when the sun and moon are at exactly the same position in the sky. So when they are at exactly the same position, that means they are conjunct. In astrology, we talk about two planets being conjunct. And this happens once a month. So every time we get a new moon, the sun and moon are conjunct. So the same as each other. Now, this means that when we've got a new moon, we've got all the extra power of that particular zodiac sign, whatever we're in, and currently it's Pisces, working together. So the moon is our feminine heart space. It's our unconscious, deeply embedded habitual behavior. And the sun is more of our masculine solar plexus power. So that's our ego, our personality. It's how we express ourselves versus how we react, which is the moon. So bringing both of these sides of ourselves, the sun and moon, into balance, and having that power at the same degree available to both our masculine and feminine sides is really, really a powerful time. And this happens every month. It's just that when the new moon is in Pisces, it will have the flavour of Pisces about it. So what is Pisces all about? Well, it's compassionate, emotional, flowing. It's the very last sign of the zodiac. So you will hear that, Pisces has got this dreamy quality, as though they're always staring out of a window and like not really kind of in the here and now. But that's not true. Let's try and get away from the stereotypes of Pisces. Pisces is a deeply intuitive, feminine water sign, and it's about completion. It's the last sign of the zodiac, so it's completion and almost like the ending of a cycle. And it is the end of the zodiac year before we then go into spring, spring in the northern hemisphere, into Aries season, which is the first sign of the zodiac, and we get that kind of initial spark of that fire. And at the moment we're in the watery seas of Pisces, in a state of intuition, receptivity. It's the most wonderful time for this, for embodying the divine feminine. And at this time, we actually have the sun and moon conjunct the current position of Jupiter. So Jupiter has been moving through Pisces for a short while, and Jupiter expands and grows everything it touches. There is an asteroid at the same position as Jupiter at the moment, but I don't wish to discuss that on this public video. I will be talking about it in my membership group because we need to think about it and know what's going on and keep our eyes open. However, let's stay focused on the positive side of Jupiter here, which is very expansive and abundant and optimistic. And that is the position where we have the sun and moon together. So more than ever, there's like a quality of hope and good luck and expansion and growth available to us in doing what I consider to be like an undoing, an unraveling, a trip into the subconscious or unconscious. And I feel that many more people will become more accepting of certain things about themselves and of cycles of their own lives, and perhaps even come into some extra spirit information that feels potentially really big. You know, Jupiter is big. It's the biggest planet in our solar system, and it's expanding this beautiful Pisces energy of deep compassion and emotionality. So all of these things will be happening at this time for everyone, but how we express that energy, how Pisces functions in our lives, and what area of our lives Pisces functions will be occurring in whatever house and part of your charts where this current new moon is. So that would come across very differently for someone who, say, has Pisces in their 7th house, because the focus will be on relationships. If someone has it in their 3rd house, the focus would be on communication and locality and community. So, you know, somebody who has it in their 10th house, the focus of this new moon in Pisces would be in career and public persona. So this is the kind of thing that we look at in my membership group, where we're learning about the characteristics and energies and what astrology is teaching us and what it means, and using that as a framework to support growth and understanding of how those energies are manifesting in our own lives, whether that's internally, whether that's just something that comes up for us and makes sense for us, or whether it's something that has an external manifestation, something that you see happening and comes into your awareness, but it feels like it's separate to you. And normally what's happening is both an external effect and an internal effect at the same time. And this is how life and its events and the people we meet and the circumstances are teaching us about what's really going on internally at the same time. So meanwhile, whilst we've got Sun and Moon in this new moon position in along with Jupiter in Pisces, we've also got two other sets of conjunctions going on. One is that Mercury is very close to Saturn in Aquarius. So Mercury is all about communication and bringing order and expression, and Saturn is rules, restrictions, organization, learning, creating stability and things that stand the test of time. So I feel that a lot of people will also have the opportunity, wherever that is occurring in their charts, to create some sort of stability and organization, possibly routine, put down roots, and to communicate that. And the other thing that's going on, which is really massive, is that there is still a conjunction between Venus, Mars and Pluto, all at the latter degrees of Capricorn. And this is a really explosive, energetic, amazing position for everyone to have. And wherever that is occurring in your chart will be a big deal. So Venus, how we come across in our beauty and femininity and what we are receptive to, and you know, the things that we have decorated our house with, and how we decorate ourselves, you know, how we dress, what we eat, how we look, and everything, and our money. And then we've got Mars joining there, which is our energy, our action, our sexual energy, and what we drive forwards with. And all of that is under the deeply, never to be gone back on, transformative energy of Pluto. So to have Venus, Mars and transformative Pluto all at the same point, everyone will be having a deep reaction to that. It's like I'm feeling it in my belly. In fact, it's deeper than that. It's like a sacral response to those changes that are coming up. It's almost like volcanic. I'm feeling it as like a volcanic explosion there of anything that needs to change in your life, in the area of energy, action, love, romance. It's a time when you can put down some serious roots, because this is at the later degrees of Capricorn, and Capricorn's an earth sign. You might be organizing your life in a different way to how it's been organized before. If you're not putting down roots, you might be pulling up some that have gone toxic, like a weeding process. So anything that doesn't belong in the next phase of your life, it will be weeded out, because anything that doesn't serve your highest good needs to go. And Pluto doesn't gently say, could you kindly, over a long time, learn this lesson, please? Pluto goes, you're not learning your lesson. Boom. Here's something really massive that's going to change your life, that will force you to change what you weren't doing, what you weren't taking action to do consciously. So there will be some massive changes for many people at this time, pretty much for all of us, really. So just to bring this back to the new moon in Pisces, this is really a time to be able to deeply trust and dream and bring into Leo is supportive of your ongoing journey, particularly you as a spiritual being, in however that means, whatever that means to you, and really being intentional with that and being unafraid of that. And I have lived a journey of not being able to speak up about my spiritual gifts. I did not come from a spiritually minded family or background, or whether there was no permission to say all of what I now say in my life. And I have walked a pretty hard, challenging journey to get to this point of talking about spirit and planets. So I get how long this can take, and I get how hard it can be. But for any of us, whatever our journey, there is a sense of allowing ourselves to just be able to dream and relax and unravel and let things just be and let things flow in whatever way it feels right for you to do at the next step of wherever you are on your journey. And it's okay. You've got that permission to just flow a bit more, just relax a bit more, just go into a place of ease that little bit more. And when you've got that many of us all dreaming and feeling and allowing ourselves to feel, that is the divine feminine awakening. We are doing it, we are living it, and we are supported in so many ways as we do this. Okay, so that's today's message that I wanted to put out publicly. If you feel compelled to explore astrology any further and to do it over a slower way where you can embed the knowledge into your life and into your psyche, and use astrology as a tool for and framework for your spiritual development, I have a membership, a monthly membership, where we focus on the energies of whatever is happening at the moment, and then we see how that's playing out in our own lives. And I'm about to change the format of some of that at the moment so that more people can access it. And also, if you are drawn always an ambulance goes off. If you're drawn to having a one-to-one reading to explore your own natal chart further, please get in touch. And also I'm offering March update readings and also a 6-monthly update reading at the moment. So if any of those speak to you and you would like to take a look at what's happening in your own chart, please reach out, because I've got a number of spaces at the moment to do readings. Okay, thank you for listening and have a wonderful new moon in Pisces.